Welcome to the resource webinar for community engaged resources for graduate students at UW-Madison. My name is Corey Sprinkle with the Morgridge Center for Public Service. I'm joined with colleagues from the Center for Humanities and UniverCity Alliance. We'll be covering information about our respective units and resources, as well as other pathways and resources for community engagement available to graduate students throughout the course of this webinar. Please also feel free to reach out to any of us to follow up. We have this caveat later, but also think about reaching out and talking to your departments for more discipline-specific opportunities. We'll cover opportunities kind of in a variety of framings and approaches. So thank you for being here, and we will jump into sharing.
All right, hi everyone. My name is Danielle Weindling, and I'm the Assistant Director of Public Humanities Programs at the Center for the Humanities. I direct programs that connect both undergraduate and graduate students with community organizations in Dane County through content-driven projects that drive resources from the university to the local community and encourage what we like to call the reciprocal sharing of expertise. In each of their own way, the two programs I'm going to briefly introduce today foster meaningful relationships between students and the local community. They encourage students to develop transferable skills and confidence, and they introduce students to fulfilling professional pathways beyond academia. So first off, we have the Public Humanities Exchange, or HEX. This program funds humanities-based projects that focus on supporting a need in the Madison community beyond the university. During the length of these projects, participating students receive support in project development and implementation, funding, as well as guidance and best practices for developing meaningful relationships with the community. A key word when thinking about a HEX project is exchange. I want interested students to think about this program as an opportunity to bring their research or other humanities interests and skills to co-create a community-centered project. These projects are a great opportunity for students to develop professional skills and other community engagement tools that are difficult to practice in a traditional classroom setting. You can view an overview of all of our recent projects on the center website. And here, this is where you'll find that we place a lot of emphasis on these projects being a collaborative effort. We want both parties to have an equal sense of ownership over a project, and project development should always include processes for regular interaction, conversation, and reflection between student and partner. If you are a graduate student, HEX applications operate on a rolling basis, and you can apply at any point during your time at the university. It's my role to help applicants develop their ideas and community partnership goals long before a project has even officially begun. So if you want help developing ideas, feel free to reach out. As far as the Public Humanities Fellowships, a little bit about the program history. This program started in 2013. It was funded by the Mellon Foundation. Currently, this program runs as a PA-ship on the academic contract year and receives the same salary and benefits, including tuition remission. All PhD students are currently eligible, and fellows are expected to work 20 hours a week, with the exception of official university breaks at their partner organization. The center makes a concerted effort to place fellows in organizations across the community and not just in nonprofits. So previous areas of focus have included arts, environmental, social justice, and education orgs, which have primarily come out of student interest. All fellowships are designed with the intention of increasing organizational capacity and require program administration, communication, and evaluation skills. Common project areas of focus include media, arts and literature, racial justice, and environmental initiatives. And fellowship applications are generally posted in late January or early February of each year. So please check our website for a call for application details, as well as to register for info sessions and learn more about our previous fellows. So beyond creating sustainable pathways towards meaningful employment, both of these programs build community here in Dane County, and I hope you'll consider reaching out directly if you are interested in participating. Thank you.
Okay, I want to go to the next slide. All right, I will be sharing about WISCIENCE. So I'm Corey Sprinkle here sharing on behalf of WISCIENCE today. So their contact information is noted on this slide. But WISCIENCE is an office under the Division of Teaching and Learning, whose mission is to enhance engagement and strengthen success in STEM through equitable and inclusive initiatives, collaborations, service, and scholarship. So WISCIENCE offers a great number of programs and resources. One that will be of most interest to graduate students, and this program is available to master's, PhD, and postdoc students. Um, is the Public Service Fellows Program. This program, which has applications due in the fall, so if you're interested in this program, you'll want to look ahead to next year, is a year-long professional development program for graduate students or postdocs invested in the social and community impact of their work. Students are paired with community organizations in some of these specialized areas, whether that be community engaged teaching, and working with the youth in STEM undergrad course, direct service and outreach opportunities, and policy and government pathways. Students who participate in this program receive in-depth training paired with a hands-on practicum with a community partner. A cohort is also important to the program, and you are engaging with others in the other pathways as well as others in your own pathway to deepen your learning. WISCIENCE also offers support for scientific teaching. So they have their Scientific Teaching Fellows Program and TA training resources. They also have research mentoring in STEM. So research mentor training course in partnership with Delta are other resources to look into. If you're interested in more information, I encourage you to check out the WISCIENCE website in that bottom left corner, or email them at connect@wiscience.wisc.edu. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Gavin Luter. I am Managing Director of the UniverCity Alliance. I would say if you are really interested in working with cities and or local governments, especially in the state of Wisconsin, UniverCity Alliance is exactly where you need to be. We run an initiative called the UniverCity Year Program. We have connected with over 40 local governments across the state of Wisconsin. And basically what we do, I just want to make sure that I can be heard. Can you hear me, Corey? Is everything all right?
Yes, you're fine.
Okay, cool. Great. What we do is we receive requests from local governments across the state of Wisconsin in a variety of academic areas. This could be everything from we want a better park, we want a master trail plan, we want an emergency management plan, we are looking for ways to make our community more inclusive and welcoming. We are looking to make our community more sustainable environmentally and more socially sustainable. We're looking at affordable housing, affordable childcare. How do we evaluate whether or not services that we provide as a city, county, or town or village, how do we know if those programs are actually effective? That is where UniverCity Year comes in. So local governments from across Wisconsin apply and they ask for help with a bunch of different projects. We have recently just updated our numbers. We've done over 400 projects for local governments across the state of Wisconsin in a variety of areas. So these local governments apply, they ask for help, and we try to find people like you who are graduate students who are interested in working on these projects. So ways that we typically engage are that we actually try to find courses who are interested in taking these projects on. Also, we've done field placements or internship placements. So if you're looking for a real world, field placement or something like that, great. If you're actually an instructor and you're teaching a class and you want to have a community-based learning option, that is something that you can do, and you can actually apply your teaching to real world community-based projects. Also, another thing for graduate students that I've done quite a bit is maybe they have a master's professional project that they have to do, or a research project, a dissertation, or a thesis. We are definitely a place where you can ask for a particular placement with a local government. The idea is that you have to be a little bit flexible because this is about UW-Madison responding to local government issues and concerns. So if you have something that you really, really, really want to do in a very particular way, this might not be the best option for you. But if you have an area of interest that you're really interested in, and you're like, hey, I'm flexible, I can work on a bunch of different projects. What would the community need? Then we would absolutely love to talk to you to see if your issue, your area might be of interest to us. We also have the UniverCity Alliance Scholars Program, where individual students can get $1,500 for working directly on a project that a local government has identified. You'll get a chance to choose from a list of projects in the process once you've been accepted into the program. And that is usually a fall experience. The applications for that go out in February and March of the year, and then we accept applications on into the future for the future semester. So the fall semester is when those projects usually happen. Also, you might be a graduate student who's working on an NSF project that's looking for broader impacts work. So we also have worked on that. But yeah, generally, if you're interested in applying your coursework or anything that you're receiving academic credit for, your dissertation, your thesis, or your master's professional project, or Doctor of Nursing practice has to actually have some kind of an applied research project. So if that is something that you might be interested in applying your work to local governments, please let us know. We do have people within our network who also do work in cities across the country. I'm also connected with the High Road Strategy Center here on campus, and we have an initiative that is called the Mayor's Innovation Project. So it's about 70 to 80 progressive mayors from around the country looking to advance their policy and practice. So if you're interested in those kinds of things with cities, I know how to get you connected. If you're interested in transportation, we have the state smart transportation initiative that's run out of our office. But at the end of the day, if you're interested in working with cities at the local government level, UniverCity Alliance is the place for you to go. We can get you connected with our network, and we can find opportunities if you're open to hearing many different ideas of what communities actually need. Please let us know. This is very much in line with the university being a responsive, good partner that listens to what the community needs done, and then we try to apply our work to those stated needs. We really appreciate your interest in learning more about our program. And like we've said in the beginning, if you're an individual student in an individual academic department and you want to know if there might be opportunities to connect with us, so say you're a master's of public health student, and I know they all have to do 240 hours in a particular site. It's called the Applied Practical Experience. So if you're an MPH student, you might want to come and talk to me to see if there's a place in a public health department locally that you could work with. So there are just so many different opportunities for different academic disciplines to get connected with our opportunities. Please, please, please get in touch with me. Let me know. luter@wisc.edu. And you can find on our website, university.wisc.edu. And I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks. Back to you, Corey.
All right. Thank you, Gavin. So last unit specific slide for us today. The Morgridge Center for Public Service. As I said, my name is Corey Sprinkle. My title is Interim Assistant Director for Community Engaged Scholarship. So the Morgridge Center for Public Service does a lot. If you're interested in direct service opportunities, we do host the Badger Volunteers program that is open to graduate students, though not mentioned on this slide. That's a great way to really get connected to local nonprofits in the Madison community if you're new or just looking for ways to get engaged. But what the Morgridge Center also really aims to do is help be a space where graduate students and scholars can find community around the practice of what we call community engaged scholarship. So this being specific to community-based research activities or community-based teaching activities, where community is an integral part of the teaching or research process. So one way in which we do that, we support with the School of Human Ecology a graduate minor or graduate certificate or doctoral minor in community engaged scholarship. It's a 9 to 12 credit program that we co-host with SOHI, and it's intended to train graduate students around the practice of community engaged scholarship. The Morgridge Center staff, myself included, teach the foundational course for that certificate, which is Intro to Community Engaged Scholarship, listed as Counseling Psych 601, and that runs every fall semester. The minor also includes a capstone project and the opportunity to take research, community-based research methods courses and other community-engaged electives. So feel free to reach out to me about that, and I can connect you also with our folks in SOHI who help manage and administer that certificate. The Morgridge Center for Public Service also supports what we call AGES, the Association of Graduate Engaged Scholars. And this is really an informal space for interested community engaged scholars to build community, learn more about community-based practices like co-writing, grant writing for funding, building a partnership agreement, making new connections in the Madison community. Any sorts of interests that you might have, folks in this space have also done podcast club and just think more deeply about topics like positionality and sharing power in the research partnership. So great space to build community and explore other interests. We also offer grant funding for community-based research activities and community-based learning course development. So if you're in a position as a graduate student where you might be TAing a course and you're interested in adding a community engaged component to that course, you might be interested in our CBL grants. We also support community-based learning through the community-based learning designation process. We do a lot to train folks around community engaged teaching strategies, as well as strategies for community-based research. Final note on the grants is that the community-based research grants offer up to $7,000 for a research project, and the CBL course grants are up to $5,000. In terms of other spaces where we're trying to support that learning about community engaged scholarship, includes the Morgridge Fellows Program. This is a year-long learning community that comes with a $1,500 stipend for participation. It includes once-a-month meetings with the cohort to really explore topics of community engaged scholarship, critical approaches, partnership formation, etc. It's a program that's open to graduate students, academic staff, and faculty. So it's a very diverse community and sort of the perspectives and experiences that are being brought in. And so it's a great opportunity. Applications for that program open in late spring, and it's a year-long program, academic year-long program that would start in September through May of the following year. If you're looking for more ways to if you're interested in community engaged work, whether it's here or spaces like the Center for the Humanities or UniverCity, I really recommend our Engaged Scholars listserv. We send out a monthly newsletter that really tries to distill all those opportunities and emerging resources and events to share out to a broader audience. So do connect with us that way, and we try to be that entry point for anyone interested in community engagement. We do have our own programs and things, but we're also always trying to push people out to our friends on campus who are also interested in this work so that you can find support relevant to your disciplines and areas on campus. And then finally, just that I and my team are available for individual consultations regarding course design, partnership strategy, engaged research, strategy as well. Um, as well as we offer trainings for students and labs to orient them to the community engaged process. So you can reach out for information on those sorts of events and resources as well. We'll move on to our final slide. And then finally, just highlighting some other campus resources. As we said at the beginning, this is not an exhaustive list. There are a lot of great ways to engage with community here at UW-Madison. We haven't even mentioned extension, so I just want to make a big emphasis on the Division of Extension as a resource to look into. And if you're not familiar with that at all, reach out to me and we'll get you connected. But other resources I wanted to mention are the Center for Community and Nonprofit Studies, which exists in the School of Human Ecology. They do a lot of great work around collaborative assessment with community partners. as well as other sorts of resources and trainings. They host an annual conference or a biannual conference called the Community Conference, really focused often on civic health and civic engagement strategies and the nonprofit sector. There's also the area health education centers, often referred to as AHEC. These are opportunities really specific to health related fields. So if that applies to you, I encourage you to reach out to Katie Freeman. They have centers throughout the state of Wisconsin that really can allow folks to get more connected to rural communities and other communities throughout the state interested in health equity and health solutions. And so, as we said at the beginning, talk to your departments. There are pathways here available for you. This is the Wisconsin idea in action, and we want to ensure that you feel connected to that. And so, look out for emails from us. Don't be a stranger, and we're happy to help you get connected to other spaces as well. So, thank you for listening, and we hope to hear from you.